Okay. So it's an insanely exciting time right now with the playoff run. So far, the Minnesota Lynx is the only team that has clinched a playoff spot. Unfortunately, the Connecticut Sun, Chicago Sky, Dallas Wings have been eliminated, but they are playing like they're still in contention, which is really fun to watch. They're putting on a show for their fans. Also practicing for next season. What I want to do is go down the list and seeing where the teams are in terms of ranking and just have some insights and feedback into what we think is going to happen. Does that sound good with you?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay. So since Minnesota has already clinched a playoff spot, we won't go into their game right now, but let's talk about the Atlanta Dream. This team continues to amaze me. They are a well oiled machine, and kudos to their team and their coach, Carlos Semesco, because he is just, I don't know what magic he's working, but the Atlanta Dream was like the dark horse, and they are just playing so well together. There was actually a question on Threads, and they're like, there's Lynx haters and Liberty haters, but are there any Dream haters? And my response was no, because they're just a bunch of cutie patooties who go on ball and then they go about their business.
Yeah, absolutely. I think dark horse is the right word for them. They've been such a happy surprise of the season. It feels like a team that's had magic brewing for a little while. And then this season, they just keep winning. Like it's kind of incredible. Ultimately, your ranking is like how much you're winning. Like we know that. It's who's won the most games, lost the fewest games, and the Dream just aren't losing. And it's incredible. I'm so happy to see it. I will be really interested to see them in the playoffs because I think at this point we can be pretty confident that they're going to be in the playoffs. I would love to see them in a long playoff run. I think that'd be great. Although, you know what? This season it feels like a season of upsets. So from my perspective, anything can happen.
I'm excited to see Griner, in the year 2025 to be doing so well, as their post player. And one of the things that the team has said is that, she's a difference maker. She's coming in as their post player and making a difference. And also Pow Pow bringing that energy. She's also just a great baller, just amazing. Okay, so the Aces are in third place. Never, never would I ever have thought of this. Oh my God. Literally a few weeks ago, I was like, they are a terrible team. But now I'm eating my own words. Okay. They're on a winning streak with 10 games now. 10
The
games.
longest winning streak of the season.
Yeah, longest winning streak of the season. It was a little touch and go, but then after that 53-point loss to the Minnesota Lynx, it had to turn around. It was like, if you're not embarrassed by this, you shouldn't be here. And also, I think the addition of Melissa Smith during that time had something to do with them turning it around. And when I see them play, they're having fun again. And I know that it's a sport, but team chemistry is so important to the productivity of the team. So I think them having fun again.
When you have your franchise player, your big star, someone like Asia, who is so full of personality and she is synonymous with the Aces. And to me, she is such a temperature for the team. And if things are not going, Asia's showing up in sweats and a white tee. If things are going well, she's turning out the looks. And I just feel like, there's something that's happened. Like Becky's been able to unlock something in the team. I don't know if it's inter-team leadership, if this is like Asia doing her thing, if it's Becky. It seems like maybe the kind of supporting coaching staff has really turned themselves around as well because they lost a lot of their kind of second down coaching staff this season, as we know, with Natalie Nakase leaving and Tyler Marsh as well, right? Yeah. So I think like maybe it really just took a long time for this team to gel again because they had not been gelling. And I'm just so excited to see this. For them to be in third is literally blowing my mind. Like, I think they were in like ninth place. Like they were way down, ninth, 10th. I don't know. They were out of the top 8. That's for sure at some points this season.
Yeah. This comeback is just, it's what movies are made of. And I'm so proud of them to do this. Is incredible.
Yes. Can you imagine if this, like, if the Aces turn it around and won this season, like won the playoffs this season, it would be a perfect sports movie. Like, that's all I need. I would kill for this movie.
Speaking of also just like doing an incredible job, the Phoenix Mercury are in fourth place with Alyssa Thomas, AT, pulling them up the ranks with her triple doubles. And this is Alyssa Thomas's first year with the Phoenix Mercury. And talk about a difference maker.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the Mercury underwent, as we talked about a few episodes ago, underwent some
Yeah.
major changes this season, right? They said goodbye to Sophie Cunningham. They said goodbye to Brittany Griner. And there was a big
And
question mark,
Taurasi.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
and Diana Taurasi. So, like, was this going to be a Connecticut Sun situation, or what was going to happen? And they have churned out a season of consistently good basketball. And I'm so happy for it. So happy for Alyssa Thomas. Like, she's always been that girl, but to see her like carry this team, it's really exciting. And I think, like, as we quickly circle back to what's happening with Atlanta, the thing that is really interesting to me is that if we look at the top 4 teams, even the top 5 teams, we can see the star franchise player on each of these teams, right? One or more. Like, we can see Fee, and we know that there's other great players, but like Fee is the Lynx girl. You know, we can see AT as the like Mercury girl. We can see Asia leading the Aces. But the thing that is so interesting to me about the Atlanta Dream is that they don't have that big franchise person. They have an
Mm-mm.
amazing set of players, but they don't have that one, like, it's not like BG is that person for the
Mm-hmm.
team, right? Like, she's not the voice, the face, she's not the only person, and she's not even on the court all the time. I'm really interested to see what this means for the Dream, both this season and going forward, because like most of these top seed teams have their big star. And whose is the
They do.
Dreams?
It could be Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard is a duo, I think. But you're right. It's definitely a team effort with the Atlanta Dream right now because they don't have that massive superstar. But it's not to say
Yes.
that these individual players aren't incredible in their own right.
I think that's the thing, is that they're all so good, but it feels like you've got a set of starters who are consistently equally delivering. And that's Alicia Gray, it's Ryan Howard, it's Brittany Griner, it's Jordan Canada. Like, it's a really good set of players who are consistently delivering for the team. And I also feel like they've had a really lower rate of injury compared to other teams.
Yeah, let's not jinx them. Okay, speaking of injury, Liberty's reigning champions, 5th place right now in the playoff run. I honestly thought they would be higher. They were in the top 3. They are now down to 5th place, having a really hard time after losing Stewie to a knee injury on July 26th. Stewie is hoping to come back before her birthday at the end of August. I'm not sure what that's going to look like.
A bit of a tough season for these folks. Benaja's out this whole season with an injury. And I really miss Lainey Hamilton on the
Izzy's out.
floor. Like,
Yeah.
something about Lainey Hamilton just makes me really happy. And not just because I want to sing Alexander Hamilton at her all the time.
Because we think
So
it's Lady Hamilton when they announce her name.
yeah, I just want to go like Benaja, Lady Hamilton. So yeah, I feel confident that they're going to make it to the playoffs. Like, that doesn't really feel like it's in doubt for me unless we see them really tumble in the next few games, which obviously I do not hope will happen. I really love the Liberty as a team, and I think they'll make the playoffs. It's just really a question of like where will they be seated? Who will they be playing against? Can they pull it together? Yeah, I
And how
feel
long will they last when they get into the playoffs?
that will have to do with who they're seated against, right? Like, that's the value. And I know that you and I both know this, but if we have any listeners who are like newer to sports, this is something that I had to learn a lot about, is like, oh, so you made the playoffs. What does it matter? It matters so much
Mhm,
where you are in that ranking, because
mhm,
your first seed is going to play the lowest seed. So the best team will play the
mhm.
worst team, which means that your top seeded teams have a higher chance of moving through to the next rounds. So
Right.
that's the T on the rankings. So you want a higher seed because it's going to put you in a more advantageous place. Like, you don't want to play the Lynx in the first round if you're 8th seed, because they're the best team in the league
They're
right
gonna
now.
knock you out. Gonna knock you out, in the words
Yeah,
of
and you only
LL
have 3
Cool J.
games. You basically have 2 games to make
Yeah,
it, especially if you lose the first one.
that's it.
Yeah.
Let's hope that Stewie is good enough to come back. If not, that's fine. The team is strong. They just need to gel without her. Let's go into seed 6 to 10. These teams are just separated by a couple of wins. Okay. We had the Indiana Fever, Seattle Storm, Golden State Valkyries, LA Sparks, and Washington Mystics. They have been fighting for the last few spots for the past month or so. Indiana Fever, we plagued with injuries. I think Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, those three plus the new additions are going to hopefully keep them in play. I think they're going to make the playoff unless something goes severely wrong. Seattle Storm, they just won their game today against the Washington Mystics by just one basket though.
Wow.
They're in 7th place and they just won by one basket over the Washington Mystics, and it was a buzzer beater by Ogumake. I'm not fully confident that they will be there considering they have just been losing a bunch of games in a row lately. What do you think?
I think they're going to pull it out. I think this is a team of pros. If there's a team on there that I really think will clinch it, it's the Seattle Storm. I would be surprised if they can't pull themselves together for this. Like, all of this is, this is I have no sense of whether or not I'm going to be right, but I just feel like the Storm is going to make it. And I have one dark horse bet in this crew. So when we get there,
Okay.
we'll talk about my dark horse bet.
One thing I do want to say about the Seattle Storm is Dominique Malunga is putting up really great numbers right now. The only thing that we're missing is a dunk, no pressure at all. Every time that she's going for a layup, every commentator is like, is she going to dunk? And I'm just like, dude, lay off. Let her do a layup. It's fine. She doesn't need to dunk. We know she's
Let
tall.
her get comfortable. Let her do her thing. Ugh.
I know. But
I'm
anyways,
not here for the dunk obsession. Let her surprise and delight.
No, I know. She is a youngin' and I cannot wait to see what she does in her career. Like every other rookie this season. The Golden State Valkyries just won against the Dallas Wings today. And with the incredible coach that is Natalie Nakase, she is going to bring them into the playoffs. I know that they're in 8th place right now. They're hanging on by a thread. Hanging on by a little thread.
I am not as hopeful as you. I would love to see an expansion team make it into the playoffs. Obviously, because I want it for the tempo next season. I feel like they've been a team that's been really plagued with injuries, and it does make me a little bit nervous for them, whether or not they're going to be able to pull
I'm going
through.
to stop you there. I don't mean to interrupt, but I do mean to interrupt because I'm doing it right now. Every team has been plagued with injuries.
Yes, but Kayla's been the difference maker this season for them. And she's been out for a month, and we've seen them tumble down the ranks since Kayla's been out. And I just don't know that they're going to be able to hold it together without her.
We'll see. Is all I'm going to say. We'll see.
Like I say, I would love to see them in the playoffs, but
they are mystical. They are in Valhalla. Something happens.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it depends on, I think honestly, it might depend on how many home games they have left this season. Like if they're on the road playing a lot of away games and they've finished most of their home games for the season, I would count them out. If they have a lot of home games coming up, I think that this is a team where that really matters because the home team energy for them is so next level.
Well, right now, the Golden State Valkyries are at 18 wins and 18 losses. Seattle Storm is at 20 because they just won the game today. But then we had the Los Angeles Sparks. So the Sparks.
So this is the dark horse. This is the team that I think.
This is your dark horse. Okay.
This is my dark horse. I think that there have been some magic in the last few weeks. Like I had counted them out for most of the season.
9th place, though. 9th place.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know they're not currently in the running, but there's still 4 weeks of regular season play. Yeah. I think there's a chance that they could eke into 8th place. I don't think that they would make higher seed than 8, but I would love to see it. Like this is a team with a lot of really good players and they've started to gel. They've got Cammie Brink back. I feel like there's a little bit of something going on with the LA Sparks. And I would be really happy to see them surprise us and make it in.
I've always said this season that the LA Sparks are not hitting their stride yet. And as soon as they got Cammie Brink, they hit their stride and they're doing so well. Also, freaking De'Erica Hamby, Rakea Jackson have put it into overdrive with their performances. Their game is on fire and they're just so smooth to the basket. And also, happy birthday, Kelsey Plum.
Is it today?
It's today. The LA Sparks put a photo up of her being a kid, being a ball girl in a Sparks shirt, like a Sparks t-shirt that was like oversized, to her now being like basically their franchise player.
That makes it make sense. I get that Kelsey Plum is a Virgo.
I love her so much. You love her, you hate her, whatever. Like she's incredible.
Who hates her?
A lot of people don't like her. She can be abrasive. She the other day when she was being asked, what does the team need to do? She said they have to fucking play defense and they panned over to a family. with kids, and people are
This
like,
is a
"This is so
game played by
unprofessional."
adult women. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I have
This
no
is not
patience
Disneyland. This is
for
not
people
Disneyland,
bringing
it's sports.
children to
Yeah.
adult spaces and getting mad when adults are acting like adults. It drives me up the wall. Bring your kids, but you need to prepare your children for the fact that they're showing up in an adult space where adult things might happen, not the dildos on the court. That is not supposed to happen. But people swear. It's like, yeah, people do this with Taylor Swift all the time. Yeah, no, I have no patience for infantilizing adult women and expecting them to spend their whole lives trying to be a role model for small children when they are just being themselves. I will die on this hill.
Did you know that Kate is an anagram for cake?
It's my take. Oh my God, it's a hot cake.
It's a hot Kate. I love that the LA Sparks are your dark horse because I think that they are also my dark horse. I just think that they're hitting their stride with Kelsey Plum's leadership, with the rest of the team just on fire right now. I think they can really pull it up. Golden State Valkyries, you're right. I don't know what's going to happen with them. Seattle Storm better pull up their socks because they're not going to be in the running that long if they continue to just play subpar. We need better performance from them. Noelle Quinn needs to just like pull in the reins because something needs to happen.
And wait, we didn't talk about the Mystics. What are your thoughts on the Mystics?
They're out. Like in my mind, they're already out. I'm sorry. I love you, Keytron, like Kiki, Sonia, the rest of the team. I think you guys put up a valiant effort, but you guys are out. You're at like 16 games won. You're basically not in the running anymore.
Yeah,
Unless something
that's how
happens,
I
because we
feel.
never know. Yeah.
Totally. Again, like I said, I really feel like this is a season of of upsets. It's a season of underdogs. I love that. I think it's amazing, but it doesn't feel like it's Washington season. And who knows? I really feel like what they're doing is this slow and steady rebuild with a massive investment on young talent. So 2026 could be a whole new story for them, but I don't think it's 2025.
I think in the next 3 to 5 years, they are going to be the Las Vegas Aces. They're going to be the Minnesota Lynx
Yeah.
because they're going to have this amazing, young, energetic talent that we're going
Yeah.
to see come in.
It's